Oh,
Regards, Thomas Ingrid Hansen, 44 years.
that ammonia really sucks.
Okay, let me make sure the stream can see this.
And this is legit advice?
Let's see. This is legit advice.
All right.
Good.
Got it.
All right.
You can speak.
What do we think?
Okay.
I wish it was just auto replay.
Yeah, I know.
Can I probably get a
Give me a
paper
second.
towel or something? Blow my nose.
So the thing that immediately sticks out to me here is that he's going from 0 to 100 with his force application. Like, he's very dead through the feet, and then he just decides at one moment, okay, I'm going to push as hard as I can, right? And that's what gives it this, like, yank kind of look at the start, like you're pulling yourself out of position a little bit. And I think the one thing that a lot of people don't realize when it comes to, like, yanking or you know, having that jerky motion in the bar is that it's not just a result of not getting the slack out from the upper body, but also not pushing with the lower body to use that length that you can get out of your arms. So I think that when you grab the bar, it would probably do you really good to be actively driving through the legs prior to pulling. And you'll feel it. Like, once you start pushing through your legs, you'll feel that length in your arm. You'll probably feel your abs and obliques a little bit more. And then once you initiate, it's like going from 99 to 100 as opposed to having to apply, you know, 217 kilos of force into the ground all at once.
Mm-hmm.
I also kind of noticed that he really just almost kind of like jerked on his lats there. I would advise before you start pulling to just set that ahead of time, like the guys were talking about before, sort of retracting. Doing that ahead of time into the bar is really going to make it a lot easier to just feel that total body tension rather than just kind of doing that all of a sudden.
The analogy I like to use for putting tension into a bar, it's kind of like the difference between slamming on the gas pedal and slowly applying the gas. If you're trying to kind of keep traction, you can kind of use traction as the metaphor for position here in the deadlift. So if you think about slowly applying the gas pedal all the way down to the floor and keeping your tires from spinning and kind of wasting that energy, not only are you going to maintain better position, you're probably going to get muscular recruitment earlier in the lift, or greater muscular recruitment earlier in the lift, and have a better top end on your deadlift. So, you know, I don't think he's going to end up being here this weekend, but if you look at how Ben Pollock does his deadlifts, it's kind of like a super exaggerated version of this exact thing, right? Where he almost initiates his pull and it looks like he's about to have like a heart attack or something with all the veins in his forehead. And basically puts himself in a position where he's getting all of that tension into the bar and then basically starts his pull from there. So that's an exaggerated version, but you can kind of look to that for an example of what I'm talking about. So just think about slowly applying force into the bar, getting tension into it, and then once you're about halfway in, then you can kind of push the gas pedal the rest of the way down.
Yeah.
I think in this case too, he might benefit a little bit from just starting with his knees a little bit more forward. It's a little hard to see his starting position, but he could get a little bit more like knee extension and just recruitment of like the lower body off the floor, I think. Not that starting that bent over is a bad thing at all, but
Yeah, I think to echo that, I think a lot of people have this fear of a positive shin angle during a conventional deadlift, and I really don't think it's the end of the world, especially if you don't have like outstanding leverages. You know, you don't have crazy long arms, a crazy short torso where you can just hinge at the hips and your arms just take care of it and you're already at the bar. You know, you look like you have pretty, yeah, looking at you, Eric. You have pretty, I would say, I mean, I can't see for sure, but average leverages for pulling. You know, your arms don't look particularly long. And I think that if you were to, you know, maybe get some initial dorsiflexion, again, not a ton, but you'd probably create more space for your hips and not feel this kind of like crunched over the belt, folded over position at the start.
Probably avoid throwing your head back with the initiation of pull there as well.
Yeah.
I always say in deadlifting in particular, it's really great to kind of pick a point that you like to set your head and vision at and keep it at that point throughout the lift.
And if you don't know what to do, just pick something 15 or 20 feet in front of you. And if you have a hard time actually keeping your eyes fixed on nothing, put a shaker cup or something out there.
Wrist wrap.
Wrist wrap, whatever. Any object to keep your eyes on, and you'll do a better job keeping your spine kind of, or at least your head kind of neutral with your spine.
the head referee's knees work too.
That's what
Yeah.
I
The
always say.
head referee's knees.
What if
I
they're
have to
sitting?
pretend the head referee's not there or I'll fall over for the 20th time.
We all take
All right, next one.
All right,